Okay, so let's unpack this really interesting wellness resource you shared. Coach T's focus on what he calls the big three.
Right. And it's really built around this mission, this full person approach.
A full person approach. So what does that actually mean?
Well, the core idea is that just focusing on, exercise and weight loss, it's just not enough. It's fundamentally insufficient.
Because you'll just fall back into old habits.
Exactly. You cycle back because the root cause, the real issue, hasn't been addressed at all.
And you can tell this is deeply personal for him. I mean, he talks about his own arthritis, losing weight, and then watching his father and brother pass away from illnesses he felt were, preventable.
For sure. And that personal stake is what makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
He's not just talking theory, he's tackling these really ingrained generational cycles.
That's the part that stood out to me, the cultural beliefs.
Yes. Like the stigma in some communities, that whole ain't nothing wrong with you mindset that stops people from seeking mental help.
Or the idea that being overweight is fine as long as you look good.
Right. And his whole framework, this SMP, is designed to directly break those specific lessons.
SMP. So spiritual, mental, and physical. Let's
Yeah.
start with spiritual. He's very careful to distinguish that from being religious.
He is. He defines it as affecting the human soul, building that inner foundation. It's not about a specific belief system.
Okay, so how does one do that, practically speaking?
Well, he suggests really simple starting points, like a gratitude practice, just writing down 3 things you're thankful for each day.
I like that.
And crucially, he says we have to learn to disconnect to reconnect.
Right.
Take a walk in nature, but, and this is the key part, without your phone.
That's the challenge.
It is. Because we're caught in this trap of, digital comparison and distraction. Spiritual wellness is about deliberately silencing that noise.
Okay, so you build that inner anchor. That leads us to the next pillar, which is mental wellness. He calls this the true root of everything.
It is the root. It's where all our emotions, our thoughts, our actions begin. He makes the point that since we all struggle, we all need support. There's no shame in it.
And to manage that, he introduces a tool called the anchor word. What is that?
It's a simple, powerful concept. You pick a word, maybe something like forward, and when you feel your mind starting to wander or drift into a negative space.
You use the word to pull yourself back.
Exactly. It identifies the drift and lets you reset in that moment.
But wait, is that for, a moment of real crisis, or is it more of a daily practice?
It's both, really,
Yeah.
but it's primarily a daily redirection tool. It works hand in hand with his other methods for protecting your mental space.
Which are?
Learning to say no, putting your peace first, and using simple breathing meditation to just reset.
Yeah.
They're all defensive moves in a way.
Protecting your mind so you can make better choices.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so that brings us to the final pillar, physical wellness, building the vessel. Let's talk nutrition. He says quality over convenience. But does that mean we have to, abandon the freezer aisle completely?
No, not at all. And that's what makes his approach so practical. He makes a smart distinction between simpler processed foods, like, say, frozen veggies or Greek yogurt, and ultra-processed foods.
So chicken nuggets, soda, that kind of thing.
Precisely. The things loaded with artificial ingredients, those are the ones to avoid. The simpler stuff is fine.
And for movement, he keeps it super simple, turning chores into cardio, bodyweight exercises. But he really highlights the unsung hero, which is sleep. Why is rest so important here?
Because of repair. He uses this fantastic analogy. You can have the perfect diet, you can train for 2 hours a day, but if you're only sleeping 4 hours a night,
Yeah.
he says it's like driving your car with the parking brake on.
Wow. That really puts it into perspective.
It does. Rest is when everything happens. Muscle repair, recovery, mood regulation. Without it, you stall all your progress across all 3 pillars.
So wrapping this all up, the SMP, spiritual, mental, physical, it's the foundation for breaking free from these inherited limitations we talked about.
Right. And his core message is that something is better than nothing. The goal isn't perfection. It's just to make a move, to get started.
So here's a final thought. We talked about those generational lessons, denying rest, denying help, things like that. The challenge for everyone listening might be this. Identify one specific ingrained lesson from your own past. Maybe it's about food or rest or asking for help.
And then this week, try to challenge it. Use just one of the simple tools from the SMP Plan a Gratitude List, an anchor word, a short walk. That one small shift could be the beginning of the end of that cycle for you.